Hello students, I am Sir Glenn, your subject teacher. Welcome to General Mathematics Grade 11. We've arrived in the second module, which is all about rational functions. Of course, we start in the first lesson, the representations of real-life situations using rational functions. Ano nga bang rational function? Let's define first rational function. A rational function is a function which is a ratio of two polynomials. It can be written in the form f of x is equal to p of x all over q of x, where p of x and q of x are polynomials and q of x is not equal to 0. So ang rational function daw, ratio siya ng dalawang polynomials. Dapat yung numerator niya ay polynomial, yung denominator niya ay polynomial. And also, ang denominator dapat ay hindi mag-equal kay 0. Kasi, what will happen if the denominator is equal to 0? It will be undefined. Okay? Ano nga ba ang polynomial? So, let's try to recall what is a polynomial. A polynomial is an algebraic expression that is a sum of terms where each term contains only variables with whole number exponents. Okay, so polynomial ang isang algebraic expression kapag lahat ng variables ay naka-raise sa positive whole numbers. Okay, dapat positive integers lang. Hindi na siya polynomial kapag nakita mo na ang variable ay naka-raise sa negative na exponent, naka-raise sa fraction na exponent, or may variable sa loob ng radical symbol. Okay? Examples. Identify whether each is a polynomial or not. So again, how do we identify? Titignan lang natin yung mga variables. Kung yung variable ay naka-raise sa negative na exponent, naka-raise siya sa fraction na exponent, at may variable sa loob ng radical symbol, hindi na siya polynomial. Kapag nakita mo na lahat ng exponents ng mga variables ay positive integers, definitely it is a polynomial. So in example A, as we can see, lahat ng variables ay naka-raise sa positive integers. Si x, mayroong variables na 2 and 1, definitely that is a polynomial. Second example, as you can see, there is a negative exponent, so hindi siya polynomial. Pangatlong example, there exists a fractional exponent, so definitely it is not a polynomial. Fourth one, just the constant term 3, so that is a polynomial. So take note, lahat ng numbers, constant terms, mayroon silang variable which is raised to 0. Hindi na siya nilalagay sa tabi niya kasi x raised to 0 is equivalent to 1. Okay? Letter D is an example of a monomial. Lastly, we have 5x cubed minus 2 times the square root of x. So, again, since mayroong variable sa loob ng radical symbol, that is not a polynomial. Understood? How about this example? Identify whether each is a rational function or not. Letter A, y is equal to 2x all over x plus 3. So, looking at the numerator, walang negative na exponent, walang fraction na exponent. Same is true doon sa denominator, wala ding negative na exponent, walang fraction na exponent. So, that is a rational function. Second example, y is equal to x raised to 1/3 plus 5 all over 3 times x raised to negative 2 plus 4x. So as we can see, sa numerator mayroong fraction na exponent, sa denominator mayroon siyang negative na exponent. So definitely this is not a rational function. Third example, y is equal to 2 times the square root of 3x plus 1 all over 5x squared minus 2. So, kahit na polynomial yung denominator niya, yung numerator, hindi siya polynomial. As you can see, mayroong variable sa loob ng radical symbol. So, ibig sabihin, that is not a rational function. Lastly, y is equal to 1 all over square root of 2 times x plus 7. So as you can see in the denominator, merong radical symbol. Pero observing, si variable x ay nasa labas ng radical symbol. Hindi siya kasama doon sa term na nakapaloob kay radical symbol. Since nasa labas si variable x, ibig sabihin ang exponent niya ay 1. 1 is a positive integer. That means this is a rational function. Okay? Let's proceed in the representations of real-life situations using rational functions. So, rational functions are an extremely useful type of function found in mathematics. So, in the following examples, malalaman natin kung gaano nga ba kaimportante ang rational functions sa pang-araw-araw nating pamumuhay. So, in these examples, dito natin malalaman na useful talaga si rational functions sa everyday living natin. For example, the local barangay received a budget of 100,000 pesos to provide medical checkups for the children in the barangay. The amount is to be allotted equally among all the children in the barangay. Write an equation representing the relationship of the allotted amount per child, which is the y variable, versus the total number of children, x variable. So, magkano yung budget? Budget ng barangay ay 100,000 pesos to be equally divided daw sa number of children, which is x. Okay, so kung ang mga children doon ay 100, so magkano ang makukuha ng bawat bata? 100,000 divided by 100 is equivalent to 1,000. Yun ngayon yung value ni y. Bawat isa doon sa 100 na children, ang makukuha nila ay 1,000. So, ibig sabihin, ang ating function, ang equation natin ay y is equal to 100,000 all over x. Okay? So, using this one, y is equal to 100,000 all over x, let's try to create table of values para malaman natin kung magkano ba yung makukuha depende sa bilang ng bata. So if there are 10 children, ang makukuha ng bawat isa doon sa 10 na bata ay 10,000. If there are 20, 100,000 divided by 20 is 5,000. If there are 50 children, 100,000 divided by 50 is 2,000. If there are 100 children, 100,000 divided by 100 is 1,000. And if there are 200 children, 100,000 divided by 200 is 500. Okay? Second example. In connection to the first example, a philanthropist wants to supplement the budget allotted for each child by providing an additional 750 pesos for each child in the barangay. If g of x represents this new amount allotted for each child, construct a function representing this relationship. Okay, so this problem is connected to the first example. Doon sa first example, yung budget ng barangay, which is 100,000 pesos, paghati-hatian ng mga bata doon equally. Okay, depende sa bilang ng bata doon sa kanilang barangay. Sa example na to, may magdodonate ng philanthropist ng 750 pesos sa bawat bata doon sa barangay. So, ibig sabihin, we will use the equation that we obtained in the first example at dadagdagan lang natin ng 750 doon sa dulo. Okay, therefore, our answer is g of x is equal to 100,000 all over x plus 750 pesos. Using this equation, g of x is equal to 100,000 all over x plus 750, let's try to create table of values again. If there are 10 children, ang makukuha ng bawat bata ay 100,000 divided by 10 plus 750 is 10,750 per child. Kung may 20 na children, bawat isa ay 5,750 ang makukuha. If there are 50, bawat isang bata makakatanggap ng 2,750. If there are 100 children, bawat bata ay makakatanggap ng 1,750. And if there are 200 children, each child will receive 1,250 pesos. Understood? For the third example, a large pipe can empty a pool in 5 hours, and a small pipe can empty the same pool in 8 hours. How long will it take for both pipes to empty the pool? Okay, so yung unang pipe, yung malaking pipe, kapag ginamit siya to empty the pool, ang magugugol na oras ay 5 hours. Pero yung small pipe naman ang ginamit, kapag yun ang gagamitin to empty the pool, ang magugugol na time ay 8 hours. The question is, gaano daw katagal, ilang oras daw ang gugugulin ng dalawang pipes na yan kapag silang dalawa ang ginamit to empty the pool? Okay? Solution, let x be the number of hours for the pipes to empty the pool. So in problems like this, mas makatutulong sa atin kung alam nating hanapin yung value or represent yung value gamit ang isang table. So just like this table. So nasabi doon sa example, sa problem, na si large pipe, ang gugugulin niya ay 5 hours para ma-fully empty yung pool. So ibig sabihin, ang part ng pool na nai-empty niya kada oras ay 1 all over 5. Time emptied for the large pipe, we have x. Yun yung nilat natin. Let x be the number of hours for the pipes to empty the pool. And the part of the pool emptied by each pipe, we just multiply 1 all over 5 and x. For the small pipe, since given in the problem, na 8 hours yung gugugulin ni small pipe para ma-empty yung pool, ang part ng pool na mai-empty niya kada oras ay 1 all over 8. Time emptied, the same, we have x. So part of the pool emptied by each pipe, we have 1 all over 8 times x is 1 all over 8x. Okay, so for the equation, part of the pool emptied by the large pipe plus the part of the pool emptied by the small pipe is equal to entire pool emptied by both pipes. So ano yung part of the pool emptied by the large pipe? We have 1 all over 5x plus the part of the pool emptied by small pipe, we have 1 all over 8x is equal to entire pool emptied by both pipes. Since iisa lang yung pool na tinutukoy natin dito, we have 1. So solving for the equation, we have 1/5 x plus 1/8 x is equal to 1. As you can see, the LCD is 40. Bakit 40 si LCD? Kasi si 5 at si 8, wala na silang common factors. Okay, so kapag yung dalawang denominators or yung mga denominators natin ay wala ng common factor, para mahanap yung LCD or the least common denominator, we simply multiply them. So multiplying 5 and 8, it will give us 40 as the LCD. So paano nakuha yung nasa taas? Yung LCD divided by 5 is 8. 8 times 1 is 8. 8 times x, kaya siya 8x. 40 divided by 8 is 5. 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times x is 5x. So is equal to, we simply copy 1. Cross multiplication, it will give us, understood, si 1 dito mayroong all over 1. I-cross multiply natin siya. So 13x times 1 is 13x. 40 times 1 is 40. So para ma-alis yung numerical coefficient ni x dito, which is 13, we divide both sides by 13. So doing so, it will give us x is equal to 40 all over 13 or 3 and 1 all over 13. Therefore, our answer will be the pool will be emptied in 3 and 1/13 hours when both pipes are open. For the activity, do activity 1 on page 7.